Oh.
Rebecca, stand by to be rescued.
Hooray! Who's rescuing us?
Well, now, that's the problem. But I've decided that this desert island is no place for a snail like me.
Oh, and why's that, Gus?
Why? Because there's only you and Bill here to admire me.
Oh, that's too bad, Gus.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Stopwatch.
Stopwatch who?
Stop what you're doing and be my lighthouse.
You mean like this, Gus? So that all the rescuers can see where we are? I'll think about it.
Oh, light-headed, isn't she? Rebecca, we're here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Squiggle. I was being a lighthouse for Gus.
What a wonderful idea, Rebecca.
Mr. Squiggle, I've got a better idea. Squiggles.
Oh, and then hurry up.
OK, Blackboard. Now, Mr. Squiggle, this squiggle comes from Andrew and David Fairhurst.
Really?
Who live in Eastwood in New South Wales.
Well, it's a tricky one, Rebecca.
Oh, but Mr. Squiggle, you will make fabulous sense of it.
Really?
Yes, and turn it into something nonsensical.
You say the nicest things,
Well,
Rebecca.
I try to, Mr. Squiggle.
There, how's that?
Well, is it something that's upside down?
Everything's upside down these days.
Is it something with a bit of a grumpy look, Mr. Squiggle?
It's a bulldog.
It's a bulldog. Oh.
Yes, it's a bulldog who has been eating square meals.
Oh.
So he's a very square bulldog.
Oh, he's lovely, Mr. Squiggle.
And this is his bubble gum. He blows square bubble gum bubbles.
Oh, wow.
And that's a square bubble gum bubble.
Oh, thanks for that, Squiggle, Mr. Squiggle.
That's all on the square.
It is,
And
Mr. Squiggle.
hurry up.
Oh, Blackboard, he's so grumpy. Now, Mr. Squiggle, this one comes from Heather Kemp, who lives in Swan Hill in Victoria.
Well, it's a tricky one. That's all I can say.
Well, I think Heather probably wanted to trick you, Mr. Squiggle.
Oh, unfair.
Oh, no.
Why would she want to trick me, Rebecca?
Because that's half the fun of it.
Oh.
Is that
Probably.
a nose over there, Mr. Squiggle?
Yeah, well, it's an elephant who has a cold in his nose.
Oh, no.
So he can't trumpet. So he has to borrow a trumpet in order to trumpet.
Oh, Mr. Squiggle, and he's got a red nose from having a cold. That's a lovely Squiggle.
A drippy nose.
Oh, it is too. I was too nice to point that out, Mr. Squiggle.
Hurry up.
Blackboard. Oh, he's having a bad day.
Yes.
Now, this Squiggle comes from Anna Griebel, who lives in Inglewood in Western Australia.
How's that, Rebecca?
Mr. Squiggle, it's too early to tell. I don't know what it is.
Well,
You've tricked me.
you tell me when it's time to tell.
Is that a king's hat, Mr. Squiggle? A crown, I should say.
A crown? Not quite, Rebecca.
No?
No, it's a very lighthouse in a very, very strong wind.
Oh,
and the
no.
lighthouse is so light, it's being blown away.
It's blowing off the rocks, Mr. Squiggle. That is a lighthouse, but it's a lovely squiggle. Thank you.
But, Rebecca, if you're going to be a lighthouse,
Yes, Mr. Squiggle.
you'll have your light on all night.
Yes, Mr. Squiggle.
So, you can stay up as late as you like.
Of course.
And never, ever, ever go to bed. Ha, 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 wonderful idea, Rebecca. I shall be a lighthouse too. Bye, Rebecca. Bye.
Bye, Mr. Squiggle.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Mr. Squiggle. Well, if you see a lighthouse on the moon tonight, you'll know who it is.